Hello, welcome to the stream. This time I'm playing Encased, a sci-fi post-apocalyptic RPG. As usual, for the first time. I like to test new games, because for the last few years I was playing Arma free with mods, so yeah. Hey Mike, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Okay, so let's start the game. The most simple, relaxing mode for those who don't like complexity and play for the sake of the plot. That's me. I like to enjoy the story.
1971. We woke up in a different world, where the Cold War ended along with the Vietnam carnage. All because of the Dome. The Dome. A territory full of anomalous artifacts, phenomena, and organisms. We still don't know what it is. An alien city? Some kind of a testing ground or storage? Whatever it is, no living thing trapped under the dome can escape it. Yet even this did not stop the research. The major powers created the Cronus Megacorporation to develop and explore the dome. Its secrets became a lucrative business. The Spires station was built on top of the dome to export the artifacts and import supplies and personnel. The city of Crystal Sands grew at the foot of the dome, eventually becoming a major transportation hub. All this required thousands of employees, and there was no shortage of candidates. Romantics, pragmatists, and adventurers of all trades swarmed recruiting centers
I just
around the globe.
happen to have this game. That's why I'm playing it. Not sure if I would buy it.
In 1976, your application was approved.
Maybe if it was really cheap on sale or something like that. I have plenty of games to play, so yeah, I think it was on a giveaway. Not sure where. Maybe it was on Epic or GOG. I have it on Steam, so probably I have it from Humble Bundle. Okay, so we are creating a character. Frank Foley. Huh, he looks badass. What can I do here? Frank Foley. Let's call him just Bad Sad. For a second I thought it changed the armor here. I was only changing the head type. This one looks okay. Caucasian, that's okay. Hair. But I need to remove this mustache. Oh, beard. Beard is much better. Okay, this looks cool. Yeah, so... Oh. So this is probably the most boring part of the game. And her color, her style. Okay, give me Baldy. That's okay. So what's up with this Chronos thing? The Chronos is divided into wings. These 5 departments are engaged in different activities. Okay, so this looks like a class. White wing. Okay, let's read about this. Powerful weapons, that's all I need to know. Muscle, yeah. But just for sake of testing this game, let's at least see what we have here. What else? Charisma. Okay, brains. Okay. Muscles. It is. Heavy weapons and hand-to-hand combat, so... And this was supposed to be easy. Okay, so I have... Okay, let's go with the default settings here. The abilities. Combat applied. What is... Light weapons, heavy weapons, high-tech weapons. So here I'm picking up specialization, I think. Light weapons. Light. Okay. The higher the stat, the more familiar is the pew pew sound of wacky science fiction gear like laser pistols. Okay. Okay, let's go with that. And yeah, melee weapons. It's actually, let me see what we have here. Maybe not this, but let's go with melee weapons, just in case there is no ammo. And let's check the survival criminal. That looks interesting. Okay, I will be the criminal. Sure, Mike. Take your time. Oh, hello, Dunstan. Welcome. Actually, let's go with the default here too. And I will try to learn what else is handy. Summary. Okay, that's cool. All muscle. Biography. Can I change the portrait? Yeah, I can. Oh, and actually I can use my custom and portraits, so I will do that later. And let's go with this badass. Okay. Summary, start the game. Okay, enough with the tutorials. Let's learn the game hard way.
A guy wearing thick spectacles thrusts out a sweaty hand.
Monty James, Silverwing.
He glances down at your badge.
Ah, it's you. I found your file extremely interesting. And your CV, wonderful. Inspiring, really. When I had the opportunity to look over the files of my future colleagues, I couldn't resist. I don't want to sound boastful, but silver level clearance has its advantages.
Monty winks. Monty makes a ring with his thumb and forefinger.
You were number 63,784 on the waiting list, but you were lucky enough to get into the dome after only 16 months. Besides that, zero, nada, absolutely nothing. You're a dark horse for both the Foundation and myself. How exactly did you end up in this wing?
Say you've always dreamed of meeting people of other races and cultures and then killing them all. Maybe that's not the best response here. Okay, let's go with that.
With a chuckle, it's clear your answer made him uncomfortable.
You know, I've heard the forefathers left behind countless automated high-tech defense systems. You must be real intrepid if you look forward to fighting those things.
An uncomfortable silence rises between you, and Monty abruptly changes the subject. He taps the narrow illuminator panel with one finger.
Look, there's a storm rising. The lightning is strange. Green. Should lightning be green? This is my first sandstorm.
It's cool that this game is voiced, but I wonder if the whole game is voiced, all the dialogues are recorded. It would be cool because it makes easier to play this game. Actually, I don't like when there's a lot of text that you have to read because I'm lazy. Okay.
A man with a mustache and a blue jumpsuit is standing at the window, studying the construction site below through the occasional break in the clouds. His badge reads Igor Patan, planner. The blue taps on the glass with one finger and gestures you to come and take a look. Seems like he doesn't speak English.
Okay. My skill is too low, so I can't choose every answer.
He eyes your black uniform and quickly turns away. A tall woman is watching an ad playing on the monitor, arms crossed. The polished to a shine badge on her black overalls reads Elsa Olafson, Security Service. She glances at you and offers her hand in a businesslike manner.
Greetings. Please take all necessary precautions. By that I mean, don't turn your back on him.
Elsa nods at the orange.
I just follow orders. Even if his crime was embezzlement, I have to keep him cuffed. Those are the rules.
Olafson shrugs in a sharp, mechanical way, as if racking the slide of an assault rifle.
Our friends from the administration didn't deign to inform me about this man's record. Could be I'm escorting a serial killer. It's corporate policy, you know.
She gives the silver a vengeful look. Bisley pretends.
Oh, yeah.
A young, dark-haired woman is staring through the illuminator, her gaze glued to the slowly approaching desert. She's whispering softly.
We've crossed the border. No way back now.
She turns to you. The shiny badge on her white jumpsuit reads, Tomoko Kimura, physiologist. As the woman takes in your black uniform, her smile fades.
Oh, she doesn't like me. She's afraid. Don't be
There are
afraid.
6
I'm
people
not
in this
that
capsule. 2 of
bad.
them in black jumpsuits. Not a statistically significant sample, but the trend is evident.
She says with a squint. Kimura shakes her head disapprovingly and turns back to the illuminator.
This place is a scientific treasure trove, and you're treading all over it in your jackboots, blowing up doors that are thousands of years old, acting like you own this world. What devilment.
Kimura isn't impressed.
Protecting us from the dome, really. And who's going to protect the dome from you?
Yeah, scientists.
Stopping by the door's porthole, you watch as the ground slowly approaches.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Actually, when I played World of Warcraft, I read all the quest dialogues, all the quest text. I was not skipping them, and I really enjoyed that. But now, man, I don't have time to waste. And reading in English is, well, it's not my native language, so yet I need to translate everything
Brown black through the tinted glass.
and try to understand
Smoky
this.
blue at the horizon. It almost
It-
seems like the clouds are pulling apart there. You peer into the rusty clouds of dust blowing along a dirt road leading south. The southern sector. Every black winger has heard the whispers about Operation Simoom, a major offensive under preparation since the early days of development of the dome. Cronus is recruiting troops capable of capturing the southern territory, an area heavily guarded by the Forefathers' defense systems. Maybe you yourself will end up in one of those troops. Just as you're about to move away from the window, you notice a whirlwind beginning to form above the ochre plain. The gathering storm drifts unhurriedly above the desert, a crown of green lightning flashing at its core. Clearly no ordinary weather phenomenon. It must be one of those anomalies. You freeze by the window, unable to avert your gaze. The outlines of the landing site, blurred by clouds of dust, appear behind the greenish glass of the porthole. The capsule shudders as the braking devices engage.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so I can move the camera. That's nice. Let me just... Okay.
Come here. Come on now, or you'll miss everything.
A cheerful man in a white lab coat grabs you by the sleeve. A badge reading Ludovico Nuzzi, scientific analyst, export department, dangles loosely on his clean uniform, which still smells pungently of washing powder.
Look over there.
He points upward with a sharp, wide gesture and hands you his field binoculars. You raise the binoculars to your eyes. Under fourfold magnification, the whirling cloud above the rust-colored plains looks even stranger. Its core glows with flickering green light and flashes rhythmically, and that rhythm seems to form a complicated pattern. Nuzzi bends close to your ear.
Fascinating. Do you want me to bring some filters? If we intercept the red and blue spectrums, we'll see something amazing. It's like a signal, some kind of message. I don't know.
Ludovico laughs unnervingly and snatches the binoculars from your hands. With the binoculars raised to his eyes, he minutely adjusts the focus.
It's a massive whirlwind north of Concord, and not merely some desert sandstorm. That's an anomaly. I hope it lasts long enough for me to make a proper observation.
The scientist looks blankly at you, then down at his lab coat.
Ah, this? This?
He lets out a blaring laugh. Ludovico points at the building behind him.
I work in Concord Station, categorizing relics. My job is to classify them by rarity. Then the blues package them, silvers issue the documentation, and oranges move them to the cargo capsule. Just like the one you arrived in.
Nuzzi points upward.
Then the capsule takes the relics way up there, all the way to the spire, then to Crystal Sands by the funicular. They get auctioned off and turned into money. It's not like I endorse this, but we all like ourselves a good paycheck, right?
He offers you his binoculars once again.
Do you want to have a look at the spire? It's amazing. But then, you can look at the spire anytime. Now that sandstorm, that's what's truly amazing.
Nuzzi looks from you to the capsule and to the landing terminal entrance. He flings his arms up.
Oh, mi scusi. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You'd better get going or you'll be late for check-in. Your colleagues are already inside, and the storm is growing stronger. Yeah, the storm is growing stronger.
The white mutters in fascination, eyes glued to his binoculars, which is fixed on the spinning whirl of clouds.
And I was starting to get bored.
Yeah, so it looks like Fallout. And okay, so I actually have some money on me, but I won't spend it right now. Good to have you back, Mike.
I hope to see you again soon.
Oh, so I can rotate the camera, that's nice. Ooh. It's future story as well as others that reveal different aspects of life under the dome. You can always find out the task status and read the details. Okay, L key. So actually, what's my quest?
Mr. Rayhead, would you bring me a cup of coffee, please? Colleague? Well, never mind.
So I need to check in.
A tall receptionist watches you from behind his desk with a bored, haughty look. He waves impatiently at you to approach. The employee glances at you indifferently. His upper lip is ever so slightly curled in contempt.
All new employees must register first thing. Come up to the desk, please.
The nameplate on the desk tells you you're talking with Dean Rayhet, administrator. The administrator slaps himself on the forehead.
Ah, I almost forgot the regulation pre-registration greeting. Just a second.
Rayhet produces a reel-to-reel tape recorder from beneath the desk, rewinds the tape to the beginning, and presses play. The speakers explode with a harsh, crackling sound, over which the tick-tick of a metronome slowly grows loud.
Yeah, he's lazy. He's playing the tape.
Solemn music begins to play, and the administrator's face takes on a serious expression.
Dear employee, on behalf of the Cronus Foundation, I,
No,
Administrator Dean
he's
Rayhet,
actually
welcome you
reading
to your
this,
new life under the dome.
saying,
The administrator
yeah, welcome.
continues.
By joining our company, you choose the path of science and progress. You are among mankind's best, and we ask that you live up to this.
What do you mean, path of science and progress? I'm here to kick some butts,
Dean
not to
squints
do
down at
math.
the monitor.
Deserve this title. Do your job honestly. Obey the law. Respect your colleagues and
The music fades, and the administrator finishes his speech.
together we will build the best possible future for all mankind.
Yeah,
Dean
give me the
puts
gun.
tape recorder away.
Now that we're done with the official greeting, I'll register you and upgrade your Selectron. Okay?
Okay, so what is a Selectron? Electronic key and ID. A computer program embedded in the Selectron grants access to certain areas depending on your wing and rank. Cool.
Dean's hands hover over the keyboard. He gives you a nod. The administrator squints at the paper in his outstretched hand before setting it next to the keyboard and entering the information into the database. Rayhet scans the computer screen.
So your position in the waiting list was 63,784. You've been assigned to Magellan Station. A special bus will bring you there after a series of briefings. Please pass me your Selectron so I can update the firmware.
Dean snaps the docking port of your pass to a recess in the casing of his computer. The administrator returns your Selectron.
Here you are. You now have first level clearance. As a Black Wing employee, you get access to the barracks, the armory, surveillance rooms, remand centers...
Barracks and armory. That sounds good.
Dean continues.
All new employees have a short list of tasks to perform on arrival. Do you want to hear all the details or just the short version?
Short version, please.
To make it short, get your uniform from storage, your weapons from the armory, pass the SCI abilities test, and complete your weapons training at the training zone. Then learn how to use the scanner, avoid anomalies, and properly catalog anything you observe. Last, go to the waiting room and wait for the bus to Magellan.
Dean sits
Okay,
back
I
in his
already
armchair.
forgot what he was saying.
If there aren't any questions,
No. I will check that in my quest log, so let's go.
Rayhet claps his hands in satisfaction.
great.
He reaches for the tape recorder, but thinks better of it.
Protocol calls for a little welcoming preamble, but dash it all, that's nonsense. Welcome to Concord Station.
As he's about to turn away, Dean suddenly remembers something.
Oh yes, I sent your mail to your Kairos. Check your new messages. Well, that's all, I think.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a
Okay, so here are the messages I need to read. Acquire the uniform. Okay.
Behind the storage counter, you see a small.
Sure, Mike,
boot
take your
guy.
time.
His gingery hair shines.
Don't
with
worry,
something
this
like
game
brilliance.
is really slow
His
paced.
badge says Sydney Maynard, storekeeper.
And this is the beginning of the game, so it can be pretty boring.
The silver perks up at your approach. A thick logbook appears at once from under the counter. Sydney puts on thick glasses that seem to age him 5 decades in an instant and studies the lined pages. The silver finally stops and pins down a particular page with his finger.
This is your first uniform requisition, right? You can also purchase any equipment you need for the desert directly from me.
Maynard adjusts his glasses in a businesslike manner.
And before I give you the uniform, please listen to these short instructions.
Sydney fiddles with his hairstyle.
So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Life under the dome can be dangerous. You may get shot, spill acid on yourself, get electrocuted, or suffer the effects of a dangerous anomaly. You may also freeze to death or get fried. That's why it's important to wear protective equipment when traveling outdoors. Of course, in hazardous situations, the equipment will get damaged, and the more it's damaged, the more often one has to repair it.
The silver steps back from his counter to indicate the repair kit boxes piled in the back of the warehouse. He points back at the shelves behind him.
We've got repair kits for this gear. There are Blue Wing specialists ready to help you at any large base, of course, but they're not always available. So, you'd better learn how to use repair kits and workbenches on your own. It's a useful skill.
Sydney rests the logbook on the desk.
That's all the instructions. Now,
Attention,
I'm going to issue
attention.
your uniform.
Please handle relics carefully.
The silver disappears into the back for a while and returns with a small package. Unfolding the package, Maynard shows you a brand spanking new uniform.
Standard issue Blackwing equipment, trousers, boots, jacket. Everything is stain resistant and armored. Bear in mind, this gear is made from all natural materials. Oh, Cronus takes care of its employees.
He says with a bit of swagger.
Oh, cool. Natural materials. Vegan and gluten-free. That's nice.
He raises a finger.
One more important thing. In accordance with Order 16-225, helmets and gloves are not issued, but they're available for purchase from me. Please bear in mind that a full set includes headgear or a mask, jacket, trousers, gloves, and boots.
Sydney hands you the package.
Here's your uniform. Enjoy.
Sydney adjusts his glasses.
Sure, I'll show you what we've got. You know, we're pretty well stocked here in Concord. Take a look.
Yeah, show me what you got.
Sydney scribbles something in his logbook.
Please come back anytime if you need something.
And I can't afford any of these. So goodbye.
Anything urgent, Mr. Kretschmer?
Katarzyna, did you mark it as Class 1 again?
Oh, right on. So, where am I actually? I think I'm... Oh yeah, I'm here. Pretty obvious. So where do I go now?
Here's the scanner data. It says the relic is a scientific device.
Wait, but it's still class 1. I'm not going to violate protocol.
Katarzyna, my dear. You may violate protocol as long as
Katarzyna. That's a Polish name. It means Kate.
don't act so innocent.
Oh. Pew pew.
The smell of good tobacco wafts off this tall, portly woman from a meter away. A black lacquered pipe, an open logbook full of signatures, and a metal flip calendar sit on the counter in front of her. A small nameplate reads, Margarita Tkachenko.
Why do you read that Tkachenko? There is no A. It's Tkachenko.
The woman fixes her coppery hair with one hand and casually lights her pipe.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Her voice is deep and gravelly. Margarita thumbs back a couple of pages in her logbook.
I see. This was your first receipt.
She glances at her Kairos, looks at you, snorts, and retreats to the shelves. The black returns a couple of minutes later with a big baton.
Here you go. This thing's indispensable in close combat.
She swipes the baton through the air, then rolls it between her hands with clear satisfaction.
Like it? Enjoy.
Margarita lets out a big puff of smoke and shakes her head.
Shift it to the side, silly Billy, or you'll trip over it.
Tkachenko removes the pipe from her mouth and releases a stream of smoke.
Yes, this thing has one drawback. It doesn't shoot.
And that's pretty important.
The black chuckles.
Listen, a baton is a baton.
The armorer shrugs, puffing indifferently on her pipe.
It's the least I could do. We have a requisition list from the Silvers. For free, you receive only rubbish. If you want the real deal, check out the weaponry shop. Or me.
Margarita points at the baton in your hands.
As you can see, it requires no ammo. That's a plus. There's so much bureaucracy around here, it's easier to find or barter for ammo, or even craft it on your own.
Leaning over the counter, the black points somewhere off to one side.
Now it's time for your training. Fatherby is already waiting for you by the big gate. He's a bit dotty, but a good man nonetheless. But before the training zone, go see that wizard guy with his toothpicks. Be careful around him, though. Don't let him pitch you a line. Psychic my ass.
She winces in disgust.
Yeah, it's obvious she's from the same wing as I am. Oh, right on.
Tkachenko grunts a greeting without remove. Tkachenko opens the big black logbook on the...
Okay, so can you actually give me something that uses the bullets? No. It's always pricey. Okay, maybe I should equip myself. Okay.
I'll complain to the Silvers about that idiot. They'll take the appropriate measures.
Okay.
I hate those oranges. What the hell did they break locks for?
A lean silver with thick black hair and a huge cigar clamped in his
Maybe
teeth,
he will give me,
sitting in front of you.
or she, not sure.
As you approach, he flashes a
He.
sly grin and slowly raises an outstretched hand above the table.
Maybe he will give me a gun.
Something really weird happens. All the paper clips, pencils, scattered toothpicks, and bits of trash float up from the table and hang in the air. The silver badge reading Andre Mihai, Science Instructor, floats up as well.
Okay. Nothing special.
Here for the briefing, huh? Shall we get to it?
He takes the cigar out of his mouth and exhales a lush cloud of smoke.
He reminds me of this actor. Can't remember the name. Anyway.
The silver props his elbows on the table.
Anyway, here's the deal. It's more profitable for people with a high psyche to study psionics. Give me your hand.
Not waiting for an answer, he grabs your hand with strong, dark fingers. Andre gropes your hand briefly, then lets go, disappointed.
The pills, huh? The anti-migraine, sleeping pills, neuroleptics, downers. What do you mean you don't take them? Well, off you go then. That means no talent, huh? Why waste time? No wasting time now. But alas, regulations demand it, so I'll give you a glove too. Regulations, huh?
Shut up and give it to me.
The silver takes a thin glove covered in talc from his desk and passes it to you.
Look, a glove, right? But it isn't just a glove. This is an ooh mama hold me tight glove. It takes energy from your noggin, your psyche, and pew concentrates it.
He counts off on his fingers.
Learn psionics. Put on the glove. Transform energy into the necessary shape. That's the whole briefing. Simple? Simple. Now to your questions, huh?
Mihai spreads his hands good-naturedly as if to say, "You're welcome." The toothpicks on the table skitter around for a moment, arranging themselves into a curse word. The silver laughs loudly at his joke. The cigar falls from his mouth to float in the air, ash flaking weightlessly from the tip. The silver takes a pull at his cigar and releases a self-important puff of smoke.
Psionics. It's a gift for all of us. The forefathers took off someplace. Poof, gone. Only the dome remains. And this. Psionics, huh?
He rocks back in his armchair, puffing on his cigar. The toothpicks again slowly rise up from the table. Mihai spreads his dark hands. Toothpicks hover around his head in a kind of halo.
Scientists say everyone has an organic skin.
Okay, goodbye.
I'll complain to the Silvers about that idiot. They'll take...
An engineer in a bright blue jacket is tinkering with the door lock, cursing under his breath non-stop. Blowing a curly strand of hair off his forehead, he turns to you.
You're a newcomer, right? It's a straight-up open house here today.
He offers you his hand. According to his badge, this is Maxim Penkovsky, technician. The technician slaps the door with one hand.
Yeah, there's a lots of Polish or at least Slavic sounding names in the game.
Marking their territory. If you ask me, they're too gracious about those bastards in Crystal Sands.
Penkovsky grunts angrily.
I wish I could. I'm gonna have to disassemble, clean, and reassemble it to get it working. It's work I don't need, and all thanks to some idiot.
Maxime extracts a thin, sharp, precision probe from behind his ear and dangles it in front of you.
Though there's another way. You want to learn something about picking locks? It's a useful skill in all sorts of situations.
He looks at you expectantly.
Of course I want to learn how to pick lock.
The Blue's getting excited.
All right, looky here.
Penkovsky presses his pick lock, and an odd device resembling a hybrid of a screwdriver and a can opener into your hand.
Using a mechanical pick lock is easy peasy. No special skill required. They wear out after a few locks. While the old-fashioned kind is another thing entirely. Cheap, one use. But one has to know how to use it right. That's a tool for a master.
Maxime takes out another pick lock and crouches by the door. He gives you a quick lesson on how to pick a lock.
By the way, you can carry your tools in your belt. It's much handier to have them right there.
Penkovsky shows you his utility belt, where he keeps all kinds of tools and gadgets.
Actually, finding tools under the dome is no problem at all. There are even devices for hacking terminals and so on.
Maxime hoists up his belt. The Blue solemnly raises his index finger.
And one more thing. Always use brand name stuff if you can. Groovy produces good kits. Modus and Supercolor do too. They've all got fat contracts with Cronus, so they care about quality.
He looks at the door again.
Damn these locks.
Penkovsky gives you a patronizing look.
Because they're poorly made, warped from the heat, and the filters aren't worth a damn. The modules were constructed by marketing managers, not engineers. Building a city in the desert was also their idea. This project is all about PR. Cronus wants to show the world how tough they are. I repeat, get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the proper word. You're doing great. All right, off you go. I'll keep working on this lock because
Welcome
of that.
Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Oh, good day.
That's it for the voiceover in this game. Okay, give me 5 minutes of your precious time and I'll tell you about the remarkable career opportunities and breathtaking perspectives awaiting you under the dome. Okay, let me be polite. Yeah, you can't refuse this lady, Leticia. Okay, so what now? If you were honestly interested in the speech, maybe you'd like to look through the leaflet. Yeah, let's take it.
Have a good one.
You see a tall scientist in a white lab coat, bathed in the dim lamplight. He almost appears to be hovering above the laboratory floor. The man turns at your footsteps. He's holding a paper clipboard and a pencil. His shimmering silver badge reads Sebastian Van Olden. He glances from you to the glittering watch on his wrist.
I want us to respect one another's time. Please speak loudly, clearly, and to the point. You must be the newcomer I was told about. Nice to meet you.
Finished with his unusual greeting, he offers you his thin hand. The scientist puts the clipboard aside, raises his
Welcome
watch for a
back.
closer look, and sets the timer.
Welcome back, Mike. Actually, you didn't miss anything. This game so far is pretty boring. Lots of text, just like in the one we talked about, under rail. Yeah, that's the name.
He shows you his watch dial.
According to the rules of this briefing, I have to touch on a large number of topics. Therefore, I will do so very briefly. Do not interrupt me. When I'm finished, I'll answer your questions, within regulations, of course.
Yeah, but thankfully, so far most of the text was voiced, and that really helps.
Sebastian produces his handheld and clicks some buttons.
I checked your scanner. It's working and is connected to the Minerva database. Everything you scan will earn you Kronos or Forefathers knowledge points.
The instructor watches you with displeasure.
Are you listening? Scan everything that might be of scientific interest. First of all, anomalies. They could be dangerous. Make sure to always have medication with you.
He places a canvas pouch in your hand.
This pouch is full of bolts. You can temporarily discharge an anomaly by throwing a bolt into it. It's primitive, but reliable.
Van Olden pushes a button on his stopwatch.
So, my oral briefing fell within the allotted span of time. Any questions you want to ask me?
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Sebastian pulls a scanner from his pocket.
I will demonstrate this only once. To switch on the scanner, press the button on the right side of the manipulator housing. The scanning beam is narrow. It's intended to focus on one object at a time.
Van Olden turns on the scanner and continues.
My advice is to scan anything that might be of scientific or statistical interest. Relics, forefathers' objects, automatic doors, vehicles, vending machines, deceased employees.
He turns the screen so you can see it.
The scanner automatically transmits data to the Minerva system, and you receive knowledge points. Do you have any questions, or can we proceed to the practical part of our briefing?
The scientist glances at his watch again.
You're within the time limit for questions. The next step is training in the artificial ecozone.
Cool, maybe we'll see some action.
To start the timer.
You're going to go downstairs and scan relics. I will be monitoring your progress. Please note there are several radioactive anomalies in the ecozone. These are the same conditions you'll be working in the field. Radioactive zones and relics are quite common under the dome.
He smoothly extracts a jar of yellow pills from his pocket.
Here's your Arad 3. And one more thing. Just a moment.
Welcome under the dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology.
Should I wait for him?
Welcome under the dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology.
Please stand by for decontamination to end.
Van Olden gestures back at the ecozone.
You haven't completed scanning everything yet. Finish the task first.
Cool. Oh, okay. Okay, no climbing animation.
Be careful around the anomalies. Touch one of them and you'll be injured. Toss a bolt at the anomaly to discharge it. Don't touch the relics with your hands, employee. Use your scanner. Radiation sickness will not add to your knowledge. Journal entry. A successful scanning attempt. You're doing all right so far. Go ahead. I'll keep an eye on you and make sure you don't screw it up.
Okay. So let's go to the other side.
Journal entry. 2 objects scanned. And again, watch out for anomalies. Touch one and you'll be injured. Toss a bolt at the anomaly to discharge it. Journal entry. All 3 objects have been successfully scanned. Come upstairs, employee.
Sebastian meets you on the platform.
Your finishing time is within the acceptable range.
He clicks the stopwatch button, fixing the result time. The scientist turns back to his notes.
Not bad. One question. You observed several anomalies while scanning. Why do you think they appeared?
The scientist assumes a superior expression.
I'm here for to shoot guns.
I see you understand nothing about the nature of anomalies. So let me add a couple of points.
He glances
Yeah,
at
the
shimmering
bolts
blue light
seems to do the
from
trick
the
with the anomalies.
Truth is, we don't know the precise reason for these phenomenon either. We actually know nothing, no matter how much we try to convince ourselves otherwise.
Sebastian points a thin finger at the clustered lightning.
I personally believe that the anomalies are the dome's security mechanism. The ones you saw are relatively harmless, but there are different anomalies in the desert, phenomenon that toy with the human mind.
Van Olden clasps his hands behind his back.
I know you don't care, but I'll say it anyway. Scientists today are required to be wonder workers who can heal cancer with a wave of their hand and solve the secrets of the universe during their coffee break. For some reason, no one wants to understand that fundamental science is always an investment in the future. It produces no answers here and now.
The White's gaze strays back to his clipboard.
If something terrible happens under the dome one day, and I'm sure it will, science will protect no one. That is all. Off you go.
Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, there will
Please stand by for decontamination to end.
Bars, casinos, spas, and therapeutic saunas. I don't know
Welcome
about
under
you,
the dome,
but
an
I'm
amazing
sure I'll
excursion
come
to a
here in
world
a
of
year
new
and
technology
will
and the
feel
riddles
like
of
a
an ancient
real
civilization.
queen.
Listen
This
to
is
information
Victoria
useful for all
Legrand
rings
and the
receive-
dome from the inside. See you next time.
A middle-aged black is sitting behind the counter with his hands in his lap. The buttons and zippers on his uniform are polished to a shine, and even his badge, Winston Botherby, instructor, has been buffed so much it hurts to look at it. Botherby frowns as you approach.
Your first act is being late for the briefing. You going to be late for your funeral as well?
The black looks you over.
Yes, I see the weapon received check mark. Looks like you are fully prepared to disappoint me. You are prepared, right, employee?
Tell him you're against the violence. No, say you are prepared.
Leans over the counter and directs you to the doors.
Behind this door,
Actually, I
found
can't
that
wait
simulation
to kick
computer.
some
Launch it
butts.
and begin your course.
He raises his index finger.
The conditions in the training zone closely simulate those one would experience in the field. Your goal is to avoid getting lost and dying of dehydration. And try to aim the barrel away from yourself when shooting.
It's 1 hour of playing. It's well, actually over 1 hour, and I'm still doing the tutorial.
Pulling a notepad from his pocket, the instructor jots down your name.
Your goal is to hit 3 targets. I'm going to monitor you and advise as necessary. And try not to burst into tears. That's all. Go ahead.
Oh, I forgot I have only a melee weapon. So hiding actually, well, maybe it is a good idea. I have still 1 action point. Desperate attack. Okay, so let's just hit him.
Target hit. I can't help but say I'm stoked. Target hit. Try not to get too cocky.
Oh, shoot, I forgot this guy had a weapon. Had a gun. So let's hide and try using some skill. Right on. So let's just hit him. No action points, of course. Be right back. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that. What now? Do I need to talk with him? Okay, so how do I...
Botherby nods grandly.
You made it through training without making a total fool of yourself. Congratulations. I'll send a report up the chain about your completely unanticipated success. You're dismissed, employee.
Okay, so... what now? Let me check. Yeah, it's still black. Okay, so I've been here. I talked to this guy, and this guy. So I guess I need to go here somehow.
There are endless salt pans in the western region behind me. The sun reflects blindingly from the salt.
Marek Dankowski. This is really Polish sounding name.
Why are you bugging me? Bye-bye.
Okay, move away. It's okay. So where do I go now? Oh, here it is. Head to the waiting area where the bus will take you to Magdalen Station. Waiting area. So this should be here.
Hey, you. Yeah, you, dumbass. I'm talking to you. Quit staring and get over.
What do you want from me?
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
No, I don't need any trouble. So let's go to the waiting area here, probably. Oh, so maybe here is the waiting area.
Mr. Rayhead?
Attention, attention. Please
Good day to you.
carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I think about this place.
Bye-bye.
So I need to go here. I think. The way is blocked.
Amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
Ed, spit it out. I can see that something's bothering you.
Well, employee, please come here. Mass urgent task.
God.
I'm all ears.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
The giant display glows welcomingly when you approach. A red light comes on under the screen's steel hood. The camera is switched on. A gray old man with high cheekbones appears and squints out at you from the screen.
Do you...
He leans close to the camera, his glasses glittering.
My name is Martin Kingsley. I'm Chief Officer of Magellan Base. We were supposed to meet in person, but unforeseen circumstances prevented that. One moment. I'll grab your file.
He reaches for something out of view and produces a thin folder with your name on the cover. Apparently, your file. Kingsley opens the folder to thumb through the pages. He marks one of the pages with a pencil.
Why did you choose Blackwing? There are other divisions in the corporation you could have worked in.
Kingsley's waiting for your answer.
Killing for a living is your thing. Say that developing your combat skills is important to you. Give him a wolfish smile, chaos and distraction. Okay, let's go with the third option.
Martin nods and writes something down.
Cronus has much to offer. Varied assignments, our own training zone, and the opportunity to move up through the ranks.
Kingsley closes the file and folds his hands in front of him.
Thank you for your reply. I learned a little more about you. Now I want you to learn a little bit more about us. Keep in mind, this is not a rehearsed speech.
He assumes a serious expression.
When the dome was discovered in 1971, it became a scientific and media sensation, a worldwide phenomenon, and likely the most significant discovery in the history of mankind.
Kingsley drums his fingers on the unseen desk, his gaze focused somewhere beyond.
I see. You were enticed here by radio advertising, telefilms, and all those interviews, billboards at every turn. Cronus wants the world to see the dome as a stage where something merry and fascinating is going on. But now that you're actually here, I want you to see the real picture.
You can't make out his eyes behind the glare on his spectacles, but he seems to be staring directly at you.
Here's the truth. Nobody
Welcome back.
Inside the dome.
Welcome back.
It's neither a treasury of technology,
Still,
nor a cemetery of the
no,
ancients.
no to little action.
What we're doing now is diffusing the world's most complicated bomb.
But I think I'm
Will our mission thrive?
near leaving this place, so I hope it will be more interesting in a moment.
He looks back at your file.
I say, do what must be done. Because that's what the concept of the 5 wings is all about.
Kingsley points at the camera.
You're from Blackwing. Your duties are simple and straightforward. but you have to understand, everything you do is to maintain order and peace. Once people panic, they kill each other much quicker than the Dome ever would.
Putting the folder aside, he sits back and stares at you in silence. It gets so quiet that the ticking of a clock can be heard through the speakers. Kingsley sighs quietly.
You were probably waiting for some boilerplate welcome speech, but I prefer to talk about real-world problems. Glad to meet you.
Well, there was a little training battle. It was okay. Quite simple. But yeah, there's a lot of text in this game. Yeah, gamers, the players got really lazy. At least I got really lazy. And if I would like to read something, I would take a book, not a game. But some people may enjoy this, so I can understand that. Okay, I got lost. You are probably waiting for some boilerplate welcome speech, but I prefer to talk about real-world problems. Glad to meet you. Say that. So are you. Okay.
I apologize once again for this long-distance meeting. Now, as we don't have much time, I'd like to get to the point. I'm sure you're curious why you were taking off the bus to Magellan and brought here instead.
No, I'm not curious about that. I just want to leave this place and get some action.
He moves closer to the camera.
I'm going to show you a short video. Please pay attention.
Oh, well, at least it's a video.
Kingsley's face freezes on screen.
I have an urgent mission for an employee
A
of
video,
your
right?
background and qualifications. I'd have assigned someone from Magellan, but I'm short on personnel. That's why it has to be a newcomer. I apologize again for the rush, but it seems I have no choice.
Okay, so I'm guessing I will work undercover.
Martin noisily clears his throat.
Yeah, it's time to kill something. That's why I have chosen the muscle guy.
The speakers produce a hollow click. Purple, gray, and black spots flicker on the screen. A blurred title, The Cronus Archive 1971 to 1974, was used in the production of this recording, appears at the bottom.
Wait until Nashville is mentioned.
You're not really interested in the movie. Instead, you eye the austere interior of the guard room, the switches on the panel, and the dusty window facing out on a well-lit storage area. Not far from the staircase, an orange tractor truck is standing amidst the shelves and containers. It must be the one from Magellan Station. Catching the word Nashville, you turn back to the screen. The speaker's voice seems to come from a distance. In November of 1973, a massive network of underground caves and a structure of hitherto unseen complexity was discovered in Sector C-12. Soon the camera glides through dim caverns as the silhouettes of bizarre mechanisms emerge. Metal structures loom up from
Okay, I'm getting really impatient right now.
and exhausted miners wearing orange jumpsuits. The speaker continues. C-12 Nashville is an innovative research complex located atop the primary relic mining location. The complexity of this object is unique. Communications. The film abruptly cuts out, and Kingsley's face reappears.
The rest of this information is classified. Hopefully you get the main idea. Nashville is a very special place, requiring people with
Okay, so
and special clearance levels.
what I need to do?
Adjusts his glasses.
So, the task. Nashville base stopped transmitting and receiving signals yesterday evening. A reconnaissance group was sent out earlier today, but we haven't heard anything from them yet either.
So they are also impatient because if they sent them this day, it takes time. So that's maybe they should just wait.
The chief officer rubs his forehead.
Normally, I would never give this task to a newcomer like yourself, but I just don't have enough people.
Of course.
He looks down at the documents again.
Furthermore, the group was lacking someone with your specialization. I decided that a visit
Yeah,
to
my
established base like
specialization.
Nashville didn't require an armed escort. That
Killing
was a
stuff.
big mistake.
That's what I'm really good at.
Kingsley is looking into the camera once more.
Your task is to get to Nashville, figure out whatever's behind the communication problem, get in touch with the group, and work with them to solve the problem.
The chief officer carefully returns the documents to the folder.
Yeah, no
Kingsley's
questions.
hand reaches toward the
No
camera.
further
Great
questions.
to hear. Take care.
Just leave.
Relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Oh, I leveled up. Do I still have this? No. Okay, so I finished the quest complete. Cool. Okay. Let's search this. Ooh, money. So maybe now I could buy a weapon.
Welcome under the dome.
Skill points, 14. What do we have here? Actually, let me just check if I can buy a weapon. I mean a gun.
Tkachenko grunts a greeting without removing the pipe from her mouth. Tkachenko opens the big black logbook on.
Tkachenko, cool. Hit damage. Machine gun. Jalapeno pepper spray. Okay, let's go with that. Oh, okay. Medkit. Okay, now I need some ammo for this. So what type of handgun cartridge? Okay. So how much? Really?
Attention, attention. Please handle relics
Oh,
carefully.
so
In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
how can I give her? Oh, that's right. Maybe a discount? No, of course not. Okay. Bye. So I hope we'll see some action soon. Really? Oh. So I'm in the wrong place.
What do you want? Get out.
Mm,
Speak quickly. I hope we won't see you again.
okay, I think I just stole stuff from the briefcase. So maybe this is the right place to go.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
I think I need to go here. But how? Nothing found. But what I actually need to do.
Oh, good day.
This is not the best game for stream.
Bye-bye.
Because I have no idea where I need to go. Probably here. Oh, right. I forgot about this. Heavy weapon. Okay, let's go with that. You know what? I'm just stupid.
Come back again.
Okay, so let's check that again.
I'm listening. What do you want? Come back again.
Yeah, this is really bad game for streaming. Guess what? I died. Mm.
I don't like you.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Really? Okay, so I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Where do I need to go?
So much. What did I ever do to you?
Let's see.
How can I help? How can I help? It was nice chatting.
It is sad there is no indication where I need to go.
So, where were we?
Bye-bye.
Okay. So I know what to do this.
Greetings.
Finally.
The highway leading to C-12 Nashville is blocked by an anomalous storm, and you're forced to detour over a mountain pass. Soon, the radiator boils over, and you have to stop. Clara lifts up the hood and thoroughly examines the steaming radiator.
The engine's boiling, so we'll have to wait. You do know what happens when a car boils, right? It's...
The Blue shuts her mouth abruptly and stares anxiously at the dark funnel cloud dancing on the horizon. Now that you're on higher ground, it's clear that the storm has overtaken a fairly large section of road. It will be difficult to pass. The Blue looks at the engine again.
We wait. As soon as it cools down, we'll go. This storm worries me more, but it's not an insurmountable problem. I heard there are some relics at the local gas station that protect against anomalies. You could even accidentally step on one out here, they say. Mysterious are the ways of the Lord.
Okay, so let's check this gas station here.
You must rise above all this consumer nonsense.
But Rabbi, you steal food from shops yourself.
Of course I do. That's my way of rising above market law. Or do you think it's right to feed capitalists just so they can start another war?
Okay, so we have some combat to do. Oh, so this actually healed him. Oh, you're still here. I thought you fall asleep because I know I did. Almost. And stay down. Yeah, I know. I know it can be a pain. Brass apple. Let me save the game. And let's try. Yeah. Maybe I should heal myself. Actually, I should use that before I... Yeah. Toxic corrosion. I'm not giving them anything. Mm. This guy have a gun.
Someone catch us on.
Guys, take down this scum.
Someone shoot them already!
Poke you in the eye with my shank.
Cool.
seem like a better sort than the others. Thanks for the help. Huh. It's a bit crazy in here.
Aaron stares into his screen and mutters to himself.
Where am I gonna get all them pawns? You filthy dog.
He notices you.
Ah, it's you. Well, come on, speak up. What do you want?
The old man scrubs his bald spot.
That'll be my stand-in, I think. And here I reckoned he'd gone and quit on me. Could smell the stench from the cellar. Thought a rat croaked down there.
Listening to your story, he shakes his head in amazement.
You say it didn't even look like a person? Oh, I had a bad feeling about this place from the start. Not good at all, I'm telling you.
The blue grunts like a goose.
Well, I cook for myself here. It's, you know, an acquired taste.
You can't tell if Aaron is coughing or laughing.
Well, it's seething with life. People come and go. White-wingers hanging around the swamp. One such fella came along today, walking around poking things with that scanner of his. Doesn't shake hands with people. What kind of guy is that?
The old man leans close and continues in a confidential tone.
I used to have a gizmo of sorts. It warmed stuff up better than any heater. And when they saw it, their eyes almost bugged out of their heads. They took it away from me. It's dangerous, they said. What else? Well, sometimes...
The old man sighs in sadness.
What life? I'm an old man. Life? My ass. Hey, sweetheart. Wait a minute. Hold up.
The blue claps you on the arm. He looks a bit confused.
I was just, I was thinking... I wanted to thank you. Maybe we could go on a picnic. You like picnics, don't you?
Aaron smiles. His expression is both silly and sincere.
Look, there's a cliff nearby. Lovely place. I got a cook pot.
Melville grunts, reaches under the counter and pulls out a bulky bag smelling of onions. The old man lays out the bag's contents on the counter. Canned pork, onions, eggs, and potatoes. He looks quite proud of his...
What's a picnic without snacks? Here, I'm gonna teach you my family recipe for pulled pork. First, you have to boil the eggs, and then...
Gesturing excitedly, the old...
I'd cook it myself, but I'm sure you could do better. See the stove over behind me? Here's the key. Go ahead and cook.
The blue puts the key on the counter. With his gang problem solved, Melville is visibly more hospitable.
I'm sorry for bitching at you, sweetheart. My mood hasn't been great this last couple of weeks. Would you like some coffee? Because I could...
The old man takes off his plastic leg and wraps it on the counter.
Hey, anybody want some coffee? Coffee, come on.
Squinting skeptically, Aaron takes a piece of pork and tries it.
Well, what do you know? That came out pretty good.
He lowers his voice.
There's that guy with the rock, the white by the swamp, and those two hippies. Ask them if they want to sit with me.
Okay, I have enough for today. It's not a bad game. it had just a bad start. I think the things may be more interesting further in the game. I don't know what to say. It's not like I don't like the game, but I had this strong feeling that it's a boring game for a live stream, because there is lots of text and I need to read this, and I'm not feeling reading this out loud. So yeah, the combat is pretty nice. The roles are simple, Fallout like. It's, well, actually it's a very Fallout like game, just in different universum, different world. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm surprised, Dunstan, you stayed that long. I really appreciate that, because, you know, streaming a game, talking to yourself, it's not good. So yeah, thank you again that you were watching. Thank you, Mike. I know you had stuff to do. Anyway, I appreciate that you watched my stream. Okay, see you in the next one. But not from this game. I will not stream this game again. Maybe I will record a video. Okay, bye.